Kenshi, The Pits Only Part 2. Last episode, we got introduced to the various factions along with our new environment, fitting ourselves into that environment we find ourselves stuck in. Now, after vigorous training, Pitbull finds himself ready to make a difference and to start to take over the pits. Day 25, Pitbull finds himself back at the base after finishing his building, a super small shack, but bigger than the last one. We talk about his stats and come to the conclusion that we want to train some strength. After scavenging the base for the heaviest items to train strength with, we embark on our journey back to Crabtown to train our strength. Along the way, I mine some iron because it's one of the heaviest items in the game, along with finding a generator core back at the base, and I try to grab the skin bandit that finds himself stuck in my house, only to realize he's stuck there forever. Pitbull finds a Reaver Blooded and takes him down to be a backpack for Pitbull. I'm gonna call him Bill. Unfortunately, Bill had some friends close by, and we were forced to fight, because of all the weight in our inventory forcing me to be slow. Pitbull, by all means, at this point in time, can hold his own really well, boasting combat stats in the 60s. Midway through the battle, Pitbull retreats to heal his chest and gets right back into the fight. Even the slave reavers rebel and try to help Pitbull, but they did not last long and should have taken the opportunity to run for their lives instead. Sweet. What are you doing now, dude? Oh. I want to see if I can't unlock these shackles. Again, as he was minding his business, Pitbull was attacked again by more reavers. I think they have a problem when Pitbull is carrying one of their friends on his back as a glorified backpack. Stop hitting me in my chest. Finally arriving at the crab town, I remember that someone, I don't know who, led blood spiders into this crab town. So I have no clue if people here are still here. Stupidly, I decided that I can take on an elder blood spider and was proved wrong, getting into a negative 70 recovery coma, being forced to wait to wake up. Recovery coma? After waking up, killing the blood spider, and entering Crabtown, I find really nothing there other than shitty blueprints, some armor, and as well as that there were traders here, and if I wanted to be a human, I could have been a human in this run, and I would have almost definitely needed to ally with the crab raiders. Oh, the scroll wheel? Speeds it. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, we picked the lock? Excellent. Sorry, I was just, doing my thing. What do we have in here? Fish, some blueprints, and that's it. Really not a lot. The fog mask would have been cool, but I'm not a person. There's outside of Crabtown. Continuing on with the journey, I arrive at the Crab Raider capital again. Crabtown or Crab City, I don't know. Welcoming me with open arms by beating Pitbull to the floor right outside Crabtown. I'll be surprised if we can beat them all. There we go. Okay. Yeah, get up. After healing, get up. Oh, those guys are neutral to crab raiders. They don't attack crab raiders, huh? Maybe, hopefully crabs won't attack you. You're part of the crab raiders. I don't even know if that's true or not, but you guys leaving yet? Good. What did I just say? Don't have the balls to finish this, do you? Perfect. Okay, we'll try that again. Come on, let's go. No, let's go. Messing with the free cam, getting the perfect angle and movie shot, we enter the city. That's cool. I didn't know you could do that. Anyways, first Pitbull enters the bar in search of a backpack and talking with and beating locals, searching boxes, and being a general nuisance to the populace. We enter the Crab Throne building, dropping Bill and getting into sneak mode, and begin looking into belongings. Finding a leg and some books. Searching chests to find out that these guys are weird and keep dried fish with their motors. After lockpicking the metal chest right in front of a guard, mind you, I perhaps find the best chest of this whole run ever. A backpack and a moon cleaver, the second best weapon in the game to kill robots with. Cool, I was looking at the sword, the moon cleaver. That's another weapon. And the backpack. It's honestly better than the leg is this. So. Picking up Bill once again to carry my weapons for me, this run for me just got so much better. A backpack, a normal everyday item used in Kenshi, finally in our possession. Of course, stealing in front of the guards was an issue, and they're not letting me go without a fight. Why am I so heavy? Why am I so heavy? Okay, well, I should have just dropped these the first time around. After kicking Pitbull down to the ground again, they let me go. Mind you, not for taking the backpack or the near perfect moon cleaver. But don't worry, we'll be back for revenge later. The moon cleaver is good for two reasons. One is that the armor penetration and damage against robots, making it the perfect skin bandit killer. On the way home, I find an old Empire supply outpost, boasting a bunch of books for research, iron plates, and building material. We leave the outpost, not before fighting and actually killing the security spiders with our new weapon, and then picking up Bill once again. Give him his weapon back. Back at Pitbull's base, we run into the house with all of our new loot and get to work on getting a chest in the house so we can stop using the tech bench for storage. With my next goal in mind, I research tech level 3 and begin researching on the skeleton repair beds, but first I must upgrade the tech bench and acquire power to the base. In order to do that, I go back to the supply outpost for 12 iron plates, the materials I need for the windmills, and a skeleton bed. Making sure to grab things like copper and electronics so we never have to train in laboring ever again. Now we can go back and build the Finding everything we need at the outpost, we fight reavers and gurglers with the moon cleaver to level up the hacker class skill tree. That way we do way more damage. After fighting those guys, crab raiders eventually show up, because of course they do, and drop Pitbull again while he's weak. We make it back to Pitbull and begin constructing the wind generator. Then begin construction on the skeleton repair bed. Finally, after 31 days, we have our second out of 3 goals completed. There's a different kind of feeling when we're fully self-sufficient and we're able to use our own skeleton bed. Being able to heal on our own, we look at our last goal and looking to get rid of factions. By far the easiest and safest and sadly major role in our success, the skeleton bandits, their HQ is first, and we begin sieging the skeleton bandit base. Pitbull begins his advance by assaulting the shacks placed outside Iron HQ, getting knocked down numerous times as around 52 skeleton bandits sleep outside in these barracks, not to mention the Roman parties that just decide to come back in and to chip in. I counted out there to be 52 bandits versus Pitbull, but after getting up over and over again and swinging, it eventually got to a point where I was dealing more damage and downing more of them and putting them into more recovery comas. The fighting lasted days until I was able to siege inside the base using skeleton beds and fighting with even more skeleton bandits. Finally, we begin to fight Elder, matching my stats but not having armor. We take his May 2 weapon, the first in our possession being a saber. We never actually use this legendary weapon, but it is nice, but we never trained Pitbull for sabers. On day 36, nearly 5 days of fighting, we have our only prisoner and first faction leader in a cage, Elder. Our next challenges brings us back to the start of the run. Remember where I said I would be including a part of the Sonar Stark as fair game? Well, the reason behind that is the hardest and strongest faction that roams the pits lays there. Freaky ass skin bandits. Horrible skeletons that wear human skin trying to be human. Essentially, their leader, Savant, is a human, and all is very messed up. They're very weird. Along the way to the Sonar Stark, I find another supply outpost, and once again, they do not disappoint, finding a specialist grade samurai chest beast, further increasing our power by making us last way longer on the battlefield. Being chased by Southern Hive drones, fighting them just to test out the new armor, they didn't stand a chance. And arriving at the Sonar Stark, I did not really want to play around or stay here long, just because of how much I hate and think the skin bandits are annoying. I choose to fight Savant 1 versus 1. Freak looks grotesque to my human eyeballs. Okay, bro. But there's still hope. So we can actually join these guys wherever Savant is. Actually, loot him up. Loot him up first. And this guy has a weapon we really want, which is that 34% chance. 45 plate jacket. Drifter's pants might be nice because of I don't know if they actually, oh no, they're worse. Okay. Hey, I'll make you pay for this. You're not gonna pay for anything because you're gonna do any damage to me. Oh, still does damage. That's to win. Okay, yeah, we just won. So we got the May 2 Nodachi. I kill Savant with ease and deciding just to kidnap Savant and leave after trying to fight skin bandits outside and failing horribly. So I go back inside and I pick up Savant and we try to get out of there. Being chased by numerous skin bandits, brutally injured Pitbull with a dying Savant on his back, retreat back into the pits by the beach side, micromanaging his way closer into the water to ensure that we complete the heist. In my own opinion, I think the skin bandits are stupidly hard. If you ever fought them solo, you know, I just did not want to deal with that. Like a good solid 5 minutes. We're getting closer to the water. This is not really cheesy. I mean, we took down Savant fair and square. There's just no way I can go against literally 50 of me, with like barely getting any XP in return. Away from the skin bandits and healing Pitbull as much as he can be healed. We begin running away, but before we get interrupted by this random crab raider. We arrive back home and begin making a second cage, searching through our boxes to find iron plates. We begin making the cage to put Savant into. It's all built. Put him in here. As well as making a second box to throw more gear into. I do not plan on feeding Savant at all, as well as time goes on, we'll replace him with the other humans to starve. After inventory management, I head back to Iron HQ. Kenshi has world states that only happen when a person of power is killed or taken prisoner. When I kidnapped Elder, we caused a world state to happen, and Iron HQ is now being filled with Southern Hive. These bugmen make great for training. Some skeleton bandits are coming through, but I mainly did that just because, as he's killing people in the background, we're very close to 80, and I think that's when we get our next set of attacks. We end up staying for a while just to top off our stats as best we can, getting ready for the greater end of the challenge. After killing anything within a 2-mile radius, we leave back to base, heal ourselves. I set a scene to invade Crabtown and overtake and overthrow the Crab Queen. The fight is much like the Skeleton Bandits. Hordes of crab raiders pour into the throne room to protect the Crab Queen and all that she stands for. Being tossed outside, game crashing, but Pitbull keeps coming back into the fray. After some time, the Crab Queen gets knocked out, and I take her Naginata. The Naginata, of course, rivals the Nodachi because of high cutting damage. I end up staying after the Queen's death just for the juicy XP that Pitbull will get for the hardest final test that we have set for ourselves. I head back home one last time to get ready for the final battle. There's nothing else to do. Ark and Valamon, here we come. Hello, this is Ark, the Reavers HQ, the most advanced group out here that roam the desolate desert. The small group of Reavers that watch the entrance pose no threat, and we sneak right into Ark. Yeah, just look at the huge place. And well, there's Valamon right there. And his defense and attack is incredibly high, so he's the only character we can really fight and hopefully get away with. We begin the fight with Valamon right away, casting the first strike, barely doing any damage. The army of Reavers begin to fill the throne room and pile up against Pitbull. I retain the tried and true method of running away, healing, and coming back full strength until I'm the only one standing. After fighting him, a whole nother fight breaks out, and of course we run and return again. After 20 minutes of getting beat up and coming back, we return for a final time. We strategically fight this time, focusing on tearing down the numbers of the Reavers instead of just Valamon, until eventually it was just me and Valamon just outside. His blows were heavy and struck hard, but Pitbull's blows were cunning and decisive. Neither of us could run now. This was the final battle. With one cut to his head, Valamon has had enough and fell to the ground, boasting the final trophy, a Meitu longsword. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. The Kenshi Pits Only challenge run I set for myself. The video editing took around 20 hours, but the gameplay was around 15. I just really wanted to do a video, get some editing skills back into my body, and play a game I really enjoyed. And I saw a Kenshi Ashlands Only playthrough, and I thought it would be pretty cool to give my own little spin on it. Overview of the run, it was fun. There's really not a lot to do in the pits other than fight these kind of mid-game to end-game enemies, and just nothing beats a good old solo skeleton Kenshi run. One of the hardest, I believe the hardest part was just getting started, and I obviously did more than just get started. I took over the pits. I wouldn't really recommend this challenge because there's not a lot to do, but I'll see you guys later, and I hope you enjoyed this video.